Hi, this is Saurav, and this is my jackfruit farm. I have planted around 230 jackfruit variety named as Vietnam Super Early, and this is the plant size right now. I have tried to protect it from multiple insects and funguses, and also I have intercropped with radish. So this is my radish bed, which got damaged. I don't know why, because of nutrient deficiency. Because this particular land is really poor condition. It was in really poor condition. It didn't had any nutrients properly available. It didn't had any organic compound or nitrogen in it, and it lacked multiple micronutrients. The best thing was there was really less salt in this land. So this is the current stage after planting it for 2 months. This is called Vietnam Super Early variety, which has been purchased from a nursery in Raipur, Chhattisgarh called AKF, and that's my farm. This is intercropped with radish. So I think it's 30 plants per bed, like uh, 30 by 120 meter. 30 plants planted in a row for 120 meter. It goes far after that pole that is visible in camera. After that, and that is my main pain in the ass, because that is 36,000 volt, and the pole is like totally damaged. I have talked to the local CSPDCL guys. They said it will be replaced, because the inside metal, the rebar from the pole has been destroyed in an arc, and the rebar has completely melted. That is my biggest threat to my plantation right now, apart from the insects and funguses that are happening in current weather. And I also don't have a proper irrigation system. I don't have a borewell. The SDM, Mr. Nidhi, rejected my application, calling it will be not given to a farmer. I applied it around the month of June, before I started to plant it. I ordered plants. So currently I'm very frugal about the water that I have. I'm taking out from the land below from here. That's a paddy field. And let me show you the current situation of this pole. It is totally melt down. The metal is like, the molten metal has came out from this section, and this is 36,000 volt supply. But what can I do? I have a land, I want to use it. I'm not going to stop planting anything in my land just because there's a 36,000 volt electricity line going through it, and district magistrate, like subdivisional magistrate or district magistrate, I don't know what his proper designation was, didn't give me permission to dug a bore well at that particular time. So this is my current stage. The radish has been planted from like 30th July to 30th July 2025, and this is the current growth. Today is August 31st. This is 30-day growth. Plants leaves are looking very healthy. There might be some areas where I have some problems with insects, especially the leaf eaters one, like the caterpillars. So, and I've also installed multiple traps, trying to do it as much possible. I can reduce the residue of chemicals in my plants, and I'm expecting around 16 metric tons of white radish, also known as mooli in Hindi. And this particular variety is from uh, Somani seeds, not the complete line, just from the pole, and behind that 100 grams of Somani seeds were planted. And this particular line is by Syngenta RD157. I'm not expecting that much of a good growth in the stem, or what do you call bulking of the root, because the land was unplowed, because the front section of this land is blocked by the paddy field. So I was not able to bring in the tractors and other thing. And like, it was planted in the July, and the plantation of like rice transplanting was done in the month of July earlier. Then I planted the radish, and those are two different type of sticker traps. I'm running a motor of 1 HP, and collecting, like I have blocked the water flow in this particular paddy field, just bottom, like just a few steps away from me. That is also my land, and this is what you can see. It's a paddy field. There is something called adhiya, so we have given it out to a person who is farming paddy on this particular land. And I'm not really fond of getting involved in agriculture every day, right? This type of farming requires way too much care. Also, the radish requires too much care, but I wanted to try just for once or two. From the next year onwards, I have a proper schedule for the fertigating jackfruit, and also have for the radish. But from next year onwards, we'll be doing turmeric. Turmeric will be good for us because it does not require too much of effort. Also, the jackfruit does not require too much of effort, so I can put my interests where it needed to be, like the things I want to do in my life. This is something that was just a sudden decision to use this particular piece of land that I had. It is not too much. And let me show you something, a memory of a really good person. These plants, like this is dates, 3-4 plants of dates, and that one is neem, was planted by my father. Unfortunately, he passed away in August of 2022. So after that, I've thought I should use the land in a proper way. As a farmer, as I belong to a farmer community, I do have certain other skills as well. So this is about me. I won't be showing you any face. So that's my water source, blocking the water in this particular paddy field. So in Chhattisgarh or in the local language, I don't know, because Chhattisgarh is not particularly a proper language. It is only spoken in the parts of central Chhattisgarh. Up you come in the north, it is Sarguja. Then more you north come, this particular area is settlement from the people from Singrauli who were displaced in the making of the dam in Singrauli. So I belong to that particular area. I hope you don't do any like geotagging, and like I'm not that big of a personality to be used as a target vector. But there's some grass, and I fucking hate those. The biggest problem is like pulling out the grass. Now you have this grass, okay, sitting on the leaves of the plant, and now you'll get a fungus attack. So right now my plants are a little bit green. They have good nitrogen. They were also infected by fungus, as you can see the red spots. So I used a compound called difenoconazole. Earlier I used a tuboconazole, but it was recommended by people to use the hexaconazole. But somebody from that particular field told me hexaconazole won't be that effective. You should use tuboconazole. And I'm not a good guy. So let me show you also one bad thing that happened to me. It's a dead plant, and it won't be regaining life. I don't think so. It has some life left in it. I can try to revive it by giving it NPK 19. So I was telling you that I'm not a farmer, proper farmer. I don't have any particular education in farming. So what I use is ChatGPT, DeepSeek model, and Google Lens, and that's how I survived 2 months of farming. I've also planted tomato, which is in really bad condition, so I'll be spraying copper oxychloride and mancozeb tomorrow. I think it is a fungus, but the tomatoes are also fruiting, whatever you like to call it, tomato, tomater, or lal phal. I don't know, maybe nobody calls it a lal phal. I also have this plant called sagan to make some furnitures. And okay, there is the sweet potato. And let me show you some fruits of tomato, and a failed bed of palak or spinach, and there's also not a drip in it. So a failed, what do you call, chili, the chili variety, because I didn't take care of this particular plant. It has too much flowering. It also had some fruits. So and this is my water storage. It will contain around 50,000 liters of water, which is getting refilled by that particular uh, paddy खेत. Okay, हिंदी में बहरा कहते हैं, बहरा. हिंदी में भी नहीं, पता नहीं किसमें बहरा कहते हैं. So that's all about my farm. I'm running drip system on the jackfruit, so it's a 12 drip. Also have some cap over it, so if I want to fertigate or give water to the radish, I can turn off the cap because it's a small plot for horticulture, so I don't need to use like way too much complicated system. And I don't have that much, like 270 nozzles of plants, 230 nozzles of plants, so I don't have to use a complicated system. So there are lines for radish. Okay, that's the line for radish, and that's the line for jackfruit. So for radish I have converted 12 to 16 drip line because it was only available drip system that I had access without paying any money. These drip lines are borrowed from someone else, and these are not in good condition. They are only doing the job of like putting water into the radish. I'm not using it to fertigate. The fertigation process is only done by the foliar spray, and if you want that foliar spray schedule, don't use it. Use it to get a recommendation from someone who have learned farming or has some experience in farming. I'm a newbie, a proper noob who have done all of this crazy thing. So like I planted the radish over there, and the water came in rain, and it took it out the radish from there to here, right? You can see that. So that's all 11 minutes of ranting behind the camera. And let me show you some radish. Brightness is too down. Some healthy crop. Let me show you if I can. I cannot change the. Okay, I may change. I may be able to change. Okay, 0.9x. It's not right. There is a healthy radish plant. Okay, and pardon me, English is not my primary language, but I'm making it in English because most of the people can understand English, right? The South Indian guys, they will not learn Hindi. The North Indian guys, they will not learn Telugu or whatever Andu Bandu Shandu that they are saying. I'll cut that part, bro. I'll get cancelled on the internet. Okay, that's my jackfruit. That's my sandalwood. That's my water. That's my shed. That's my fucking shed. And it has a bamboo over it. So it's not providing any shade to me. And there's a camera also installed over here in case some theft happen, because a battery will cost you around 5 to 10,000 rupees if you're running Jhatka machine on a battery. So that's a big amount. The entire radish planting took around 10,000 rupees, and that's a battery costing the same amount. So sayonara, I'll see you again if I wish to, and if this video does good, then we'll see you again in not we will see you, I will like you guys will see the next video if this video does anything on the internet.